Love these islands and all that they share, warmth, love, happiness, and time to care. Untold tales of times long past, of kings and queens, of this and that. Trust in us and you'll know no cares. Throw back your arms and take to the air. These hidden valleys have a story.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Del Rosario. I am the host of this evening's discussion on Article 12 with the Committee to Change Article 12. I have with me tonight Mr. Efrain Camacho of Camacho Engineering Firm and Vince Seaman, who is a private attorney with a private law firm. Tonight we would like to discuss with you Article 12 as it is written, as we have researched it, as per our analysis, issues that we have simplified so that we can share our views with you on what is actually under Article 12, not what people think exists under Article 12. You know, the spins about people from outside owning land here. No, we are addressing what it simply means to you. For instance, there's the prohibition on fee simple. What this provision says simply is very simple. One, it denies you, Article 12 denies you your right to own your land 100%. So that does not make you a landowner. Two, it runs contrary to our cultural tradition of establishing harmony, you know, by honoring your right to own this property. Después, mañana de mañana no buenas noches. Yo soy John Rosario. Humohos este na puengi manapatafanadingan por artículo 12. Este na artículo afanyelos patadiskuto na puengi tinetaka siya asunto ni seneda mami gaigi gi papa artículo 12 na kana todo, in fact todo doa como contra hafa gaigi como contra e cultura dan tradisyon itanota siya dan itautauta. Por ejemplo, Jaunay Faisin Maisa Hamzu, hafa beneficion niya este artículo 12 y zahogo ni Renyon Tano. Y artículo 12 ti sinedihaw para un Renyon Tano sa 50% indoni público y otro 50% izomo. Pues ti sinedihaw na para un renyo awa, jangan manaw permisyon, lo ni enno tininayo. Sa 50% i-publiko do mismo pone. Y segundo, mampus este kontra dyan kultura, dyan tradisyon itanota, anima sa gihilo este na kultura dyan tradisyon, waha pas dyan todo animon komunidad para uguay na famaulik inakomprende para tafansigi mo na dyan ilinalata. Gi-presente, megay siya na asunto, megay na gintrihamzo para interpi mo na dyan ifamagun medyo, ano ni hafafa ni una bes na isinan na serbitano mo para beneficyo mo. Tibalis ti partamantetinis tin artikulo yan itali na danyoso kontra i familyata, kontra hita mismo ni Renyon Tano, ni ti Renyo pago na ora, enigo ileleng niya ti artikulo 12. I'd like to ask Mr. Camacho what his views are on whether this Article 12 has served its purpose. If so, can you share your views with us?
Thank you, John. The direct answer to that question is yes, Article 12 did serve its purpose. But I want to clarify that I believe, and a lot of people I've talked to share the same idea, that it is time to move on. It is time to re-examine. And in fact, the framer of both the covenant and the Constitution did mention that at some point in time, meaning exactly 25 years after its effectiveness, we ought to, or we should, or maybe we ought to go and look at it to see whether it is still applicable. And so to answer your question, yes, it did serve by way of protecting and preparing us. The key word there is preparation, preparing us to be able to compete, transact in a world economy environment. But right now, I really believe that we ought to look at it and revisit and see whether we need to continue on as is. By the way, our group, which is to change Article 12, is deals with only Article 12, which is the privately owned properties, privately owned land. Article 11 is the provision that deals with public land. We are not involved in that matter.
Now, may I ask Vince to share your views with us too on this very question, Vince?
Thank you, John. You know, and I think this is something that we mentioned last time, is that when both sides, the United States and the delegates to the CNMI, on behalf of the CNMI, were drafting the covenant, it was the United States who recognized the necessity for having Article 12 in the books to protect us from outside exploitation. After I mentioned that we haven't yet been sophisticated enough, but one thing that I want to challenge the people is 25 years ago, we were at point A. 25 years later, I would like to think we are at point B, where for the past 25 years, we have grown collectively and individually as an educated people. We spend probably over 60% of our budget on PSS, on public school system. We have millions of dollars allocated for college scholarships, those through the CNMI Scholarship Board and SHIFA. We've always clamoring and always pushing that the important thing is to educate our people. So why not, now that we supposedly have this continued educated force of our community who have already become educated and sophisticated enough to be able to make our own individual decisions? Why is it that my parents went off to college? They pushed me to go off to college. They pushed me to go to law school. And I went, and I'm proud to say, and thank you, Mom, for helping me do all that. But now I'm here, and the best thing you can, as parents, do is watch your children become independent adults. And how am I ever going to be truly an independent adult until I'm allowed to make my own decisions, make my own mistakes, and hopefully learn from those mistakes? Article 12, I've purchased my own house. I was involved in renovating the house I purchased. What difference is it that now that you can't come to tell me that I don't know enough about Article 12 or about the importance of not letting all my hard work go to waste just because there's this notion that we're still simple people, and that insults me as a Chamorro, that you're going to tell me that 25 years later I'm still too stupid, basically. No disrespect when I say that word, but that's what Article 12 tells me, is I am still too stupid to make my own decisions.
In other words, it is your view and our collective view that we have outgrown Article 12.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I recall working as an administrative assistant for the Marianas Political Status Commission, this article came out to prevent U.S. corporations from gobbling up land here. That never happened. I mean, if you're talking manufacturing, it's easier to go down to Latin America and South America and then truck it up. Here you got to cross the wide Pacific Ocean, which is impractical. Now, when we say we have matured, like you said, you inferred that many of our people, our children, have been educated. I think it's time that we turn it over to them. Let them be owners of their land.
And not just it's time. Maybe there are some of us who didn't have the benefit of going through all the continued education. But that's not to say the opportunity is not there. And that's not to